Here we are in home, sweet home, Vila Govinda Ashram. And what do they say? Wherever the heart is, that is home. Something like that. I don't know.
Home is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is. All right. And Maheshwari Devi Dasi also with us. Good to see you. Happily to see you. And if I'm not mistaken, yes, I do have a message from you. I've actually just arrived in the temple, and we've been, I can't say suffocated by the devotees, but we've been very much with the devotees for the last little while. All right. Well, home is where the heart is, and home is home, sweet home. And that expression about home, etc., very much Srila Guru Maharaj is, not to say a signature or something, but back to home, back to Godhead. This we hear from Srila Prabhupada. And you know, something which struck me the other day was that there's always this debate about back to home, back to Godhead. But did the soul come from the Tatastha Shakti, or where did it come from? Were we ever in Goloka Vrindavan? But in the Pranam Mantra to Srila Prabhupada, the Pranam Mantra composed by Srila Govinda Maharaj, there it says, there he is saying, and Gurudev is always telling the truth. He's always telling things as they are. He said, I am not a flatterer, I say the truth. And he's there, it said that Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who came from Goloka Vrindavan. So he has every right to say, back to God, back to home. Back to home, back to Godhead. And Hare Krishna. 1 second, if you kindly allow. Oh, I see. Why? So we've got the actual translation. Nama Om Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Swami Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupadaya Te Namaha Gurvagyang Shirasi Dritva Shaktivesha Svarupine Hare Krishneti Mantrena Paschatya Prachatarine Vishvachaja Prabharyaya Dibya Karunya Murtaye Sri Bhagavata Madhuja Gita Jnana Pradayane Gora Shri Rupa Siddhanta Saraswati Nishevane Radha Krishna Paramboja Bringaya Gurave Namaha. And the beginning of that translation is, I offer my humble obeisances to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is Krishna's beloved associate and who came down to this plane from Goloka. And as we're here, we can read the rest. Taking the order of his guru on his head, he is the Shakti-Avesh, the empowered avatar. And now, for the translators, perhaps I should just put this in the box, because I have been advised by the translators to help them as much as possible. Otherwise, we might be surprised what's translated. So there we are, lots of help for you. So I'll just keep reading from there. So taking the order of his guru on his head, he is the Shakti-Avesh, empowered avatar of Nityananda Prabhu personified. He distributed the Hare Krishna mantra all over the Eastern and Western world, delivering and uplifting all fallen souls. He is the best of millions of Jagat Gurus because he is the personification of divine mercy. He has distributed the sweet nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam and the transcendental knowledge of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. He is constantly engaged in exclusive devotional service to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Rupa Goswami, and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. I offer my humble obeisances unto Srila Prabhupada, who is like a bumblebee, always tasting the nectar of the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Govinda. Anyway, starting we read this, but actually our starting point was back to Godhead, back to home, back to Godhead. And so Srila Prabhupada can say that with all authority. Gurudev can say that. Guru Maharaj can say that. They have come from the home country to here and come to take us home and told us where is our home, that we have a home. And okay, so Alina is mentioning, thank you for the opportunity. Jessica and I are students at Sri Haridas's place, and we are happy and looking forward to her coming to Brazil. We will meet you here in Uberlandia. Oh, okay. I'll put the pieces of the jigsaw together presently. It's all good. All right. Happily. All right. And we are in London, and we're in the West London Temple too. And I'm also a witness last week how in the West London Temple, it's not only who we see in front of us, but all over the temple, the loudspeakers in every corner are giving, sharing the message. And so I was a little surprised. I went through to the Prasadam hall, and there the TV and the loudspeaker is on. So we are there together. So Devashis Prabhu and Saraswati and team, because of all of the team, those present and all of those who are there. And I already passed on your obeisances, by the way, in the rush arriving here. But there are more to pass obeisances to, because Krishna, Kantha, and Munindra, they're coming after 2 days, apparently. And anyway, lots of good things. And if Subhasini is here, not okay. Subhasini she's traveling, and she was traveling back to Wexford today. And okay, I can just say to Pandita, I received your present. So if I make any mistakes while typing on the computer, now I can correct them. No, I appreciate. I know what it's for. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I'm here.
Oh, Subhasini is here. Subhasini, yeah. All your presents are gratefully received, and you might have to give them instruction. I passed on your words, but they're all puzzled about those boxes of stuff. You said you just sprinkle on the rice. So you might have to give some personal instruction to them. Anyway, Subhasini, a wonderful host. Devashis, a wonderful host. All the London devotees, wonderful hosts. We've just been in London and Ireland, and I thought I was in Italy, but as soon as I come in through the door, I'm pretty much coming back to London here on the Zoom. So, Devashis Prabhu, over to you.
Dhanyavad Maharaj. Well, you look very refreshed for someone we were up at just after 2 o'clock this morning, so it's been a very long day for both of us. And I'm feeling pretty wiped out. I don't know about yourself, but you're looking very fresh and rested. So,
well, I'm not rested, but maybe good actor. I'm wearing the right cloth, got the teal now.
So this week's Zoom title is Home Sweet Home. And as Maharaj said, it's definitely one of Srila Guru Maharaj's reoccurring themes that he would often speak about. So, and of course, when we were in the company of Srila Guru Maharaj, we could actually feel that what he termed home comfort, where everybody cares about you more than you care about yourself, and that everything you need is already there. So I thought, and I do apologize to the translators. I didn't have time to prepare a document like I normally do for you to read, but it is. I did tell Udaran Prabhu that what I'm reading is from a small booklet, Inner Fulfillment, and it is part 7, The Land of Beauty. Maybe too late for you to get hold of it now. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm sure you'll do a sterling job of translating from me reading it. So yes, this is Srila Sridhar Maharaj speaking, and this chapter is called "The Land of Beauty," and it begins with a quote: "Where every word is a song, every step is a dance, and the flute is the dearmost companion." And this is a quote from Brahma Samhita. So then Guru Maharaj begins: "Every word is a song. This is not a sound of this plane. This is from some other world that is so soft, so sweet, so heart-capturing. It is a world where correct behavior comes most sweetly and harmoniously. Every word is a song, kata ganam. Every movement is sweet, like dancing, natyam gamaman api. It has been described in this way. Everything is replete with the highest degree of beauty. This is the land of beauty. There, everything is beautiful. Everything has the touch of beauty divine. The prime cause is charming, attracting, and arresting to the heart and soul. Stop! There is a land of such existence. Our aspiration is for such a life. Radhika Madhavasham. We can sincerely foster the idea to feel attraction to a life of such a plane where everything is of a musical character. This is Brindavan. Brindavan is so friendly, so sweet, so near to us, and such a well-wisher of ours. We are quite at home there. Sweet, sweet home. Sarup Sabarahoy Golokete Sthiti. In our innate and innermost existence, we are members of that plane. Now we have come out and we have scattered our consciousness all over the surface. Cover, cover, cover. There are so many layers and they are all dry things. The substance, the spirit, is within. Eliminating this bodily cover, the mental cover, the liberation cover, and the Vaikuntha cover, I may enter into the land of Braja. Brindavan resides within me. If I can find my friends everywhere, there are my friends and relatives. They are my friends and relatives, and they will give me all-pleasing experience, ecstasy. Mahaprabhu came with this news for us. Oh, you who are a child of that soil, why do you suffer here, my children, my boys? Why do you suffer? Amritasya Putra, you are a child of that soil, and you are suffering so much as though you were in a desert. Your home is so full of resources, so sweet, and you are running in the desert. What is this? Come, leave the poisonous charm, this suicidal charm, this charm, Maya, the charm of misunderstanding, is suicidal. Leave the apparent charm. This is poisonous, like a witch. The witch has charmed you here and made you spellbound. Come along with me. I shall take you to your home, which is so sweet. In general, this is the call of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu. This should be the course of our life, our cherished goal. Srimad Bhagavatam tells us this. Home, sweet, sweet home. You are a child of that soil. In one word, that is the goal. Why is that the highest goal? Because that is your home. Swarupe Sabarahoy Goloketistiti. This one word, home, is sufficient to attract you. You are wandering in a foreign land, but here is your home. You'll get home comfort here, and you won't be able to deny that. So back to God, back to home, back to Godhead. A man should be judged by his ideal. The greatness of the ideal he is trying to realize is to be marked. The man of the future, the man of tomorrow, should be judged by his ideal. If his ideal is great, he is great, because if he is sincere, tomorrow or very soon he will reach it. So our ideal is the all-important factor. We may not attain our high ideal very easily. It is not inferior merchandise to be disposed of cheaply in the market. It is most valuable, but the cost does not matter whatsoever. We should feel within, I want no less than that highest thing, that Advaigyan, that autocrat, the autocrat of goodness, the supermost commander of everything. I want him and nothing less. And I should live and move for that. I should feel in myself that whatever I shall do at every second, that I am meant for that. I am meant for my ideal. I have no time to waste or hesitate for anything. If at every moment I move in every way with the ideal in my heart, I shall always make some progress towards it. If I can just stay in touch with my ideal, that will guide and inspire me. In any and every action, whatever I shall do or undo, whatever I shall eat, and whenever I shall rest, my ideal will be overhead. And that will gradually take me out of all these entanglements and enticements. And one day or other, I shall be able to reach it. Back to Godhead. There is home. Unsettled, we are running hither and thither with no principle of life. So our position is very sad and our life is troublesome. To think, I can't put my faith anywhere, means that I can't find a friend anywhere. I am friendless and moving amongst foreigners, or maybe even enemies. But I must find a friend or some friendly atmosphere. I must come into such company in which I can put full faith, in which I can believe and trust. Otherwise, my life will be miserable. If whenever I cast my glance, I think, I can't trust this, I can't trust them, they are all my enemies, then I live in a prison house. To be amidst uncertainty and untrustworthiness is a very deplorable position. So by God's grace, Shraddha should come to us. I cannot only trust and believe, but I cannot but show my regard to a personality in a higher position. Gurum eva bigachet. The destination has been settled, but how shall I reach it? When shall I reach it? Those who come to my aid to take me there are my masters, my gurus, Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Whoever helps me to go there is my guru. He is my guide, who will help me to reach my destination, the station of my innermost hankering. Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi. He has helped me to locate my destination. He has educated me about how and what to aspire after and how to reach that highest, most desired shelter. I have attained all these things through him. He is my all in life, the master of my life. There is a boat, and he is the helmsman. Guru Karna Dharam. I have surrendered unto him. I have accepted him. I have boarded his boat, and he is taking me towards the goal of my life. There we are. How wonderful is that? How wonderful are the words of our Gurudev. As Srila Govinda Maharaj would say, just one word from Guru Maharaj can make us his slave forever. And when you hear that, how can you not be moved by hearing those words? How can your heart not be touched by that? As I said, when we hear from Guru Maharaj, we feel that maybe we're seeing our home. It may be far away, but we see it and it's real to us. Jai Guru Maharaj. My humble contribution for this evening.
And Srila Guru Maharaj also gives some example to us, doesn't he, about a madman who's just mad. He just doesn't think properly. Then he goes from his home, he picks up bits of paper in the street, and he just leads one crazy life outside. But if somebody comes along and cures him of his madness and brings him to his home where he was before, then immediately, oh, this is my home. He'll recognize everything. He will feel it without having to have a description, my mother, my father, this, that, and the other. So we're a little like that. We've lost our home, we are the mad people, and picking up bits of paper in the street with dollar signs on and pound signs and euro signs on, picking up these bits of paper in madness, instead of putting Krishna, remembering Krishna and his associates. And as Devashis would say, when we hear from Guru Maharaj, when we hear from Gurudev, when we hear from Srila Prabhupada, really they're telling us of our home and home comfort, the little booklet, Inner Fulfillment. And when Sri Dandi Maharaj brought that book together, he collected those articles in Home Comfort, the other small booklet from Srila Guru Maharaj. Then after that only, it jumped out at me how many times Srila Guru Maharaj uses that phrase. And home, always saying about home, our sweet home, and where everyone is mad to help each other. This expression definitely stuck with me when reading that. Everyone here is mad to exploit, but they're mad to help each other. And Kumkum Devi Rasi is here. She's heading us up. She's keeping an eye on us like a good headmistress, make sure that we're all doing our jobs. The headmistress makes sure that the other teachers are doing their jobs properly and that the students are doing their jobs properly. So, Kumkum Devi Rasi, how are we getting on?
Identify Maharaj and Devashis Prabhu, how you are getting on is that direction that we can try to stumble along and follow. And this particular topic that Devashis brought up is so important. It's actually, I was just thinking, it's our alpha and our omega, because in this introductory way, it's so perfect. Like you're both explaining, it's the most attractive words that anyone, whether they realize they're searching or not, could encounter. It's the medicine for someone who doesn't even realize how sick they are, but when they see the medicine, then they realize that now they can be so much better. But it's also our goal, our ultimate life goal, and so it's the object of our practice, all of our wanting to follow in the the footsteps of the Vaishnavas and learn to chant offenselessly and to want to understand what type of family this is that we're being invited into and that we can follow along. I did find something on this topic that I'd like to share. It's from the foreword of Golden Reflections, and he is explaining, at present, science is serving power. So many scholars are investigating and discovering so many things, but that scientific research is really subservient to power because it is trying to compete for the domination of this lower world of selfish sense satisfaction. But the fulfillment of our heart satisfaction is in the Krishna conception of the Absolute. He is the Lord of love, beauty, ecstasy, and happiness. That is the innermost necessity of us all. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Go straight to Vrindavan by the special train. Don't try to break your journey anywhere, for that will only be a loss of time and energy." In addition, he said, "Whoever you find, give them Krishna consciousness. It is just as in a famine-stricken country, whoever you will find, you will give some food to save him, but this is 100 times more urgent. So you are to inject Krishna consciousness. Tell them, a loving Lord is above your head, seeing everything. You only have to connect with him and his servants. His servants are very, very kind and magnanimous. Somehow get some connection with them and try to go to your home. Here, nowhere is home. Your home is only there." And then, of course, he goes on and he's mentioning the example you were giving, Maharaj, about the madman wandering in the street and then finally being saved by someone who can tell where is your real home. So, as we are very fortunate, we want to also share as much as we possibly can so that everyone can become fortunate to go to our natural place, our natural home. My Dandavat.
Dandavats.
Yeah, okay.
Natural home of feeling. And I can just quote just a very small part, but it's Srila Gurudev giving in his own way this explanation and translation. Translation, explanation. Maybe we can join the two words together. I'm not sure how. Shrinvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putra. And this is in Revealed Truth. And, okay, this I can put in the chat box. And to help the translators, but I'll put it for everyone. It's one of these secrets everyone can have. But no, it's not this one, not so much a secret. This is one, we want a big banner. Shrinvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putra. This we hear expressed many times, but here Srila Gurudev is saying, you are all sons, this is Gurudev, Srila Govindavas from Revealed Truth. You are all sons of nectar. Why are you avoiding me? So obviously in the mood of Krishna, he's explaining the line. Why are you avoiding me? Come back to your home, back to Godhead. Here, everything is ready to give you happiness, ecstasy, service, and joy. Come back to the nectarian ocean of positive spiritual existence. It is your property and real identity. It is your property and real identity. You are actually a proprietor of ecstatic spiritual nectar. That's you. This is the call to us. You, each of you is an us. It is your property and real identity. You are actually a proprietor of ecstatic spiritual nectar. Your soul has been covered by the illusory environment, but you are really a son of nectar. Divine nectar is here waiting for you to taste it. Please come and accept it. Hare Krishna. So this is Gurudev giving us, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada giving us a scripture, giving us Mahaprabhu's message, giving us Nityananda's message. Hare Krishna. And being the London Zoom, let us force them with a humble request to open the microphone of the West London Temple, and more have joined you there. This is Madhu Krishna, Didi, on the left, right? Yes. Okay, beautiful. Dandavat, Dandavat. And Lavanyamoy Devi Rasi in the back. When you speak, the picture becomes bigger, then we can see better. And Saraswati and Rasamoy Pandita. So between you, make us all Krishna conscious about our sweet home.
Oh dear. Dandavat pranams. Dandavat to all the devotees. What can I say? Let's see.
We already feel at home hearing your voice.
Well, I mean, we feel home when we come to the shelter of Srila Gurudev, because our aspiration, the spiritual plane, is really far away for us. So we need to start by first trying to really prepare our heart to receive the Lord into our heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. But we hear the advice from our guardians, because they, as Devashis Prabhu was saying, the spiritual world is not a physical location. So Vrindavan Dham, you can, it's a plane of consciousness. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what we are trying to follow in the step of our guardians. And I remember when I came to Navadvitam and to the shelter of Srila Gurudev, I felt I came home, sweet home. So home is where the heart is. And if our heart resonates, I mean, if the teaching of Gurudev, we can make those teachings resonate with our heart, then we are at home, sweet home. That's our aspiration. That's all I can.
And Saraswati, yes. I mean, this point that how do we describe what it's like at home, and how can we describe what it's like coming to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math with Srila Gurudev's shelter and with Srila Guru Maharaj's shelter? We've been remembering Srila Guru Maharaj actually quite a lot, just this last day, for various things that are happening in particular. And maybe we can't properly express in words, or we may be sentimental or whatever it may be, but there is some feeling, and that feeling that when we came to the mat under their shelter and guidance, that we are at home. And this is the mood, of the upper world, where we are not foreigners. If we are foreigners in this world, whatever, even if we're in the country we're born in or the country we're brought up in, we're all foreigners in this world. And it's so noticeable that our visit here is temporary. So to come to our home, to feel, to have that opportunity, at least for some time in our life, some idea that yes, the real home life.
And Maharaj, we have heard from so many devotees how they came to the lotus feet of Gurudev, like, you know, so many examples. They left everything behind just when they came, you know, in contact with the teaching of Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, and embrace that. And like, you are one of those examples, and so many other devotees. It's just incredible to hear their stories, how they came to the home, sweet home of our Gurudev. It's a inspiration, really. To hear those stories from those devotees, we need to really hear from everyone how they came, and it's an example. They're still, you know, very much alive and inspiring many devotees.
And every jiva soul, each means, that sounds, I mean, a jiva soul, but every one of us, we're all individual, and Krishna's got a different arrangement for everyone for coming. So hearing the devotees' talks, how they came to Krishna consciousness, are always wonderful. And we've got lots of gently amusing anecdotes in that regard. But I can also say another thing, that it also was in the front of my mind, and I was reflecting on this very recently, that, you know, Rupa and Sanatan, they were the chief, well, one was the chief minister, and one was, I mean, prime minister and maybe finance minister. Devashis can say what they were, but they were the very top ministers in the government of the time. But they left everything in due course. They recognized you know, Mahaprabhu. They left everything in due course, but they left everything. They wore loincloths. They stayed under a different tree every night, and nowhere have I seen anything where they're referring to, oh, when I was a chief minister, we did this. When I was a chief minister, we would do that. Rather, everything has been left behind of the old life. And there is also one of our kirtans is like that we sing. I've forgotten all of my previous life. That's all gone. Now only this one life, this one focus ahead of us. So any pride of our previous life, or any, you know, thinking, oh, I had this experience, it's all in another department. And I was thinking about that with Rupa and Sanatan, that, I mean, they could tell a few stories, I'm sure, what kind of things they did. I mean, we don't know. Devashis and I, we were thinking, you know, in a way, I mean, we were thinking, how can they, from such, you know, high families, they're serving in the government, how are they feeling themselves to be lower than Jagai and Madai? And anyway, we had a little discussion like this. But all of that they left behind. All of that previous opulent life, we know how opulent India was, in the sense of those who were governors, those who were in seats of power. They led a royal life. But I've not seen or heard anywhere in the Chaitanya Charitamrita or anywhere when they're saying, you know, when I was a prime minister, we did this, we did that. Referring to their previous life. Rather, they thought that previous life was a hindrance, and now we've come to Mahaprabhu, come to try to be of some service by Mahaprabhu's wish. Sanatana Goswami, he felt so bad when he came to Puri. He just wanted to end his life. And these are completely brilliant, sensible people. But he wanted to end his life. He felt that Mahaprabhu had embraced him, and when he got these sores on his body from coming from Vrindavan, not from sitting on a plane too long, but from walking through the jungle, you know, whatever it was, 2 months or something, through all sorts of water, no bottled water. Oh my goodness. And all these things. He got sores on his body from the water in the jungle. And Mahaprabhu was embracing him, and then he's feeling, oh, I'm coming from Mahaprabhu's to get nourishment from Mahaprabhu and to be of service, but I just making offense. And then Mahaprabhu said to him, your body is my body. You surrendered to me, so it is not your body. And all of these pastimes, the leelas, they take place for teaching us all. And so we've got, these examples, and we just think that all kinds of people, everyone's got a different previous life and a different earlier life in whatever life we are now. But where we are now, with our head going forwards, this is the whole thing. And our own experiences, what we've gained from this world, as we repeatedly hear and read, what we've gained from this world. It's not the valuable thing, and we need to just come forwards. We've come to Krishna consciousness to go home, to go to our sweet home. And we have lots of quotes. Some of them we've quoted recently. Anyway, I'm not going to quote anymore. But that translation, illumination, whatever we say, that Srila Gurudev gave, and just so sweet and so happy. Come back to the nectarian ocean of positive spiritual existence. It is your property and real identity. You are actually a proprietor of ecstatic spiritual nectar. But try convincing, well, even ourselves, but try convincing that you are actually a proprietor of ecstatic spiritual nectar. Your soul has been covered by the illusory environment, but you are really a son of nectar. Divine nectar is here, waiting for you to taste it. Please come and accept it. This is Gurudev. This is Guru. Home sweet home, Rasamai Pandita.
It's not great. I would like to say very briefly that we are very much looking forward to seeing Kumkum Didi here in a couple of days' time. We can't wait. We're counting the days and very much anticipating that her arrival here. So, but what comes to mind about what's being said is that how incredible that these, like, the Srila Gurudev and Guru Mahari's Paramahansa Vaishnavas are making these highest things so welcoming to us, so readily acceptable, accessible to us in a way that it is like home. That's actually completely amazing to me. And it reminds me of what you were saying, Saraswati Devi, about coming to Gurudev. Like, really, I mean, I had no idea really what was going on, but actually with a little bit of hindsight and just thinking how incredible it is that they, so like Lord Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, extending these highest gifts and distributing them so readily to everyone. And as we were reminded, Subhasini Didi mentioned that in the Zoom on Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day, which is so amazing, like distributing mercy to those that don't even want it. We don't even know that we need it or that we want it, but then still giving it, and with so much heart and affection and care in a way that we have never felt before. And that's amazing to me, that highest to everyone and anyone. And what comes to mind as well is that sense of like an urgency is communicated to us. Like this is an amazing opportunity. These are these amazingly high gifts, and we have this human body. Now we just have to
try and try harder and put more heart in it. Like I was actually hearing the audio book of Home Comfort spoken by Chaitanya Maharaj today, and it is like being explained like the various levels, of like exploitation and then knowledge. But what is higher than knowledge is affection. It's sweetness. It's like beauty and charm, and that's what Srila Gurudev was giving to us and is giving to us and still continuing to give through all of you wonderful Vaishnavas. So that urgency, that inspiration, enthusiasm is a message that's coming through me. So
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. And I know Lavanya Devi has some urgent savor in the office just now.
On time.
And who else is in England, when we can say the London Zoom? It's Ananda Swarupini, and she came all the way from Oxford or somewhere around there. She came for the home comfort gatherings there in England. And I have to say that the hospitality of the devotees, they came from Carlisle, from Sheffield, from Wales, was it? Anyway, from around and about, and from Ireland, from different places. They
Norway?
came around.
Norway?
Norway, Colombia, Venezuela.
Yeah.
But making a home comfort environment. And in the temples, the devotees very kind. And in Ireland, well, in Italy, of course, home comfort, they give a very warm welcome back. But in Ireland too, I mean, how sweet and how gentle. And it's the different mood from being out in the world, and the world of competition or ego or whatever it may be, but the world of just appreciation, simple appreciation for the gift of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, the gift of Mahaprabhu, to chant Hare Krishna, be happy, keep our minds simple, and not to do the things which are going to be harmful for us, and to do the things which will be helpful. Rajasundi Devi Dasi waving to Audarya Leela Didi. Okay, connected them. We can happily wave to everybody. Yes, we can happily wave to everybody. Devashishu, I'm chatting away on your Zoom.
No, man, it's your Zoom.
Oh, is it?
It's the London Zoom with Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj.
Okay, with him, but so with me is Pritu Prabhu.
Oh, Pritu Prabhu.
Just in another room office, another office of the same office. What? Another room of the same office. Pritu Prabhu.
Dandavats, Maharaj, Dandavats everyone, Devashis Prabhu, Dandavats, Kukum Didi, everyone, Dandavats. I just hear Maharaj for listening to the voices of the devotees, and very much inspired by your speech and by idea, Srimanto Vishwavritasya Putra, that we are sometimes trying to find out in superficial world something valuable for us, but always only suffering. And Gurudev remind us that because we are not we're not from this world, so nothing in this world can make us happy. Nothing really can inspire us here. So that's why he's reminding us that we are the children of nectar, so we have to search for nectar only. So always necessary to remember that. Another point that Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami said, that when we will really understand that mantra, Vasudevam Sarvamati, that everything is for Krishna enjoyment, including ourselves, then our life will be harmonious and happy. Otherwise, we will still going circulating this world, searching for here and there for happiness, and will not find, because the happiness inside, happiness in the relationship with Krishna and devotees. That's
Jai. And the idea that we can get happiness, that the living entity can get happiness from dull matter, it just doesn't fly. We get happiness from being with other life, not with dull matter. And so to look upwards to those who are happily situated, who can welcome us into their association, if we're allowed there. That's our sweet home. And this is why Preetu Prabhu is there, happily helping the family of devotees, doing so many different things, active. And he likes to listen. That's why he's got those big ears, very big. The biggest ears today we can see. Hare Krishna. I want to start greeting all the devotees, but I'll miss somebody out probably. Hare Krishna. Sunda Krishna and Tapati with us in Germany, and then I'll go through more and more. Devashis, you better take the microphone. Dandavat. You better take the microphone and let us know about Home Sweet Home, London, some conclusion.
Yeah, Maharaj, what can I say? It is, there's a book, like a self-help book, that my wife has somewhere, and it's by somebody called Louise Hay, and I've never read it. I don't know what it's about, but the title of the book, which is something that caught my eye and that I thought was very nice, and the title of that book is "All Sickness is Homesickness." So, from that we can say that if I think that whatever is ailing us in this material world is because we're not in our home. We're hankering for our home, and these are just symptoms of that, whatever they may be. And I remember once when I'd stayed in Navadvip, it was the year that I'd been there, maybe over 6 months that year, and I felt very much at home there. But now it was time I had to return to London, and I went up to see Srila Guru Maharaj and feeling quite, bad and already homesick, and that I had to go and bow down to Guru Maharaj, and I said, "Oh, I'm feeling very upset because I have to leave Navadvip Dham." And Guru Maharaj just said to me, "That's because you think Navadvip Dham is a place. But Navadvip Dham is a state of consciousness. And if you can live in that consciousness, then wherever you are will be Navadvip Dham." So, and I said, "Yes, Maharaj, but having your association, that's what I'll miss most." And he just put his hands to his head like he did, and he said, "Yes, of course." And then I went on the rickshaw, and I was like choking back the tears all the way to the train station. But so then we have to understand that the Dham is not a physical place, but it's a state of consciousness, and we need to aspire towards that state of consciousness always. And then, then we'll be quite at home. And, just to coin the phrase of, in the Bible, Lord Jesus, he says, to his disciples, you should be in this world, but not of this world. So, then, and Srila Guru Maharaj said a few times, I heard him say, you should not believe much about this world, or don't believe this world, in other words, And it's, the veil of Maya is so convincing that we see that everything as she wants us to see it. And, it mentions, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions in his Das Mula Tattva, one of the first, if not the first thing, is that, no, it's not the first, but maybe the second or third, is that this world is real. He says the world is real. So it's not that we think the world is an illusion. It's just that our vision of the world is an illusion. The world is real, but how we relate to it is misconceived. So because now we're seeing with the eye of exploitation, how I can utilize this world for my own benefit. But actually, a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, he sees this world as the ingredients for the service of his Lord, and everything in relation to that. So it's a transformation of our vision that's necessary. There's nothing wrong with the world. Guru Maharaj says we can prove that this world is the place of perfect happiness. It's just a matter of how we relate to it. And we have to try and develop the proper eye, how to see the world in relation to Krishna, always everything in relation to Lord Krishna. Then we won't have any problem. We'll feel quite at home. But also at the same time, somebody asked me once, why doesn't Lord Krishna just sort this world out? Sort out all the problems in the world. There's so many terrible things we see happening in the world. Why does Krishna allow this? Why doesn't he put it right? And my reply was what I'd heard or read from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said, Krishna makes all kinds of obstacles in this world and misfortune and so many things that we see in this world just to remind us that this world isn't our home. So, if everything was perfect here from our point of view, then we might think, oh, there's no reason to aspire for anything else. This is okay. This is fine. And in this way, the Uttamadhikari, he sees like that, but everything in relation to Krishna. But Guru Maharaj says, very much similar to the Kanishta Adhikari. He also thinks this world is fine, but what's behind that is totally different. So we try to aspire for that proper vision, and we get the proper vision from from Guru and Vaishnava. So I think, we've gone over our time, just a little few minutes. But so all that remains to be said is Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai, Rupanuga Guru Bhagya Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai, all the world devotees Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. My obeisances to everyone.
Jai Sripad Devashis Prabhu ki jai, Kum Devidasi ki jai, all of the devotees here. You are all special souls. I mean, really, it is the case, special souls. Banchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namaha. Jai.
Okay, I won't say anymore. We're over time. All
Ok,
right,
não vou falar mais nada porque a gente já passou do tempo. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Dandavat, dear souls. Oh, sorry, Anu Krishna, what happened?
Sorry, I was still translating.
Oh, you
I
were
didn't realize.
translating. Okay.
Translation
well,
has been turned off.
Anyway, by the way, it's super to see our devotees in Brazil here. It's very late at night, but oh no, it's not. Ah, it's late at night here. Oh, okay. It's good to see the devotees in Brazil here at a sensible time of day. Okay. It's all good. And yes, I better be quiet. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Ami Ashchi, all of you, Naza, Krishna Chaitanya, Maya, Ananda Swarupini turned on her camera. Hare Krishna. Ananta Shesh, I saw Jadu Krishna Prabhu before too. Ah, yes, the dark screen, Jadu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu, always remembering you. And actually, you see, I said I shouldn't start mentioning the devotees because I will get caught up and I'll get in trouble if I miss anyone. But Krishna Mohini is here. She's a Spanish-speaking lady, and maybe she's hearing the Portuguese while it's being recited, or the good English of Devashis. But each of you, Marana Mohini, oh, she's an English-speaking person. Jai Gurudev, all of you good devotees everywhere, Devahuti Devidasi, very happy to see you with us too, Indulekha, Kiran, Gangalila, yes, and Andalila. Oh, okay, please excuse, I don't mean to miss anybody out, but my obeisances to you all, and I'm not really meant to be talking now. The Zoom is finished.
Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.
Hari Gopal Prabhu. Hari Gopal Prabhu. We're expecting everyone here to be able to play the Mridanga. We've got now lessons from Hari Gopal Prabhu we can share with whoever would like them. For the Mridanga, if you're able to tap 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and if you're able to tap 1, 2, 1, 2, if you have that capacity, and I mean some devotees do and some devotees don't, then you should be able to follow Hari Gopal Prabhu's clear directions of how to play a beat to keep the kirtan going. So you can write to him directly, or somehow or another, maybe next time if you remind me, we can put a link to that. But you can write to Hari Gopal Prabhu directly. He likes people to write to him. Dandavats, dear devotees. See you all soon. Stay safe. Chant Hare Krishna. Be happy.
Saraswati Devi